Tech news again? If that's you, I'm worried about you. Why'd you click this video? You engaging in self-destructive behavior as a cry for help? Because we still have to, we got, the time's up, I'm sorry. Nvidia's heard all the reports that trying to buy the company's latest graphics cards is an exercise in self-destructive behavior, but Team Green is confused because actually, Nvidia says that when you compare the first 5 weeks of the RTX 40 and 50 series launches, it shipped twice as many RTX 50 series GPUs. And it says so right here on Nvidia's graph. The graph can't be wrong, but just one small detail. The RTX 4090 was the first and only 40 series card that was available for those first 5 weeks. Whereas since the 5090 launched on January 30th, Nvidia also released the 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070. 4 cards versus 1 card, which, actually makes the double the sales thing look much worse than it should be. This is ridiculous. And yeah, AMD's out here doing damage control too. Vice President David McAfee said on the Hot Hardware podcast that demand for the RX 9070 and 9070 XT has been unprecedented, and the company's top priority is restocking GPUs at retailers, particularly at MSRP. But at least he didn't provide some made-up numbers in the tech giant equivalent of putting makeup on a pig. Whoa, look at the hottie over there. Just don't look too close. It's a pig. Windows is giving some users a Windows Defender alert over a piece of software called WinRing Zero, which looks like it could also be pronounced WinRingo, which certainly sounds scary to me due to it mentioning the worst beetle. But as explained by Sean Hollister at The Verge, WinRing Zero is actually a kernel-level tool used by a whole slew of third-party and open-source hardware monitoring apps, because it gives them deep access to Windows that Harrison's and McCartney's only dream of. But its usefulness is exactly what makes it dangerous, and it's actually been used in attacks before. So now Microsoft is trying to close the loophole, forcing the developers of apps like Fan Control and CapFrame X to use something else or fix the driver themselves. Interestingly though, there's reportedly already a patch available, but getting it properly signed so Windows accepts it costs a lot of money. And we're talking about developers maintaining these apps as a hobby. They got stuff to do. Some of the more commercialized apps, like Signal RGB, have already developed their own solutions, but are keeping those to themselves, except for PC builder iBuyPower, who told The Verge they plan to patch WinRing Zero, pay to get it signed, and give it to developers. What the heck? Such a Lenin move. Xbox has announced Copilot for gaming, an AI assistant that can download games for you, send party invites, and provide helpful gameplay tips. During the announcement podcast, Xbox staff said maybe you could even customize the level of playful disrespect it sends your way. It told me to get good. We're friends. Well, if a sassy gaming AI is what you want, you could also use the Nvidia Ace-powered assistant featured in upcoming mercenary simulator Black Vultures, Prey of Greed.
Move. 30 meters, 11 o'clock. Hold.
This AI apparently actively directs you into the line of fire, then says hold about 4 seconds too late. But she also has these helpful thoughts.
Well, this just got worse. Incoming.
These gaming AIs cannot be real. Oh, wait, there's a line on the Copilot for Gaming blog post here. Copilot in-game assistance videos featured in the podcast are product concepts only. Right before it says, Copilot for Gaming is built on 3 principles. Well, is it built? Or is it just a concept? What, am I supposed to steer myself directly into the bullets? And all this during the same week that Apple added disclaimers to their marketing, clarifying that they still haven't launched the Siri AI upgrade announced back in June 2024. You know, you don't have to announce these things while they're still just product concepts, right? Like you can build them first. In fact, take all the time you need. We don't actually want these things anyway. That's like a half joke. The AI Siri would be sick. but only if it's a real product. So, kind of like our sponsor, Ahrefs, the all-in-one SEO toolset for site owners looking to grow search traffic and optimize websites. Whether you're a beginner or an industry expert, Ahrefs can help you take your digital marketing to the next level with their free webmaster tools. And now Ahrefs has added patches, fixes for your website you can create and publish directly from your site audit issue reports. So editing meta descriptions or fixing broken links can be tackled quickly without any clunky ticket submissions or expletive-laden Slack messages. Patches can also be saved as a draft or unpublished for peace of mind. Ahrefs also publishes helpful tutorials and courses on topics like keyword research, link building, and more on their YouTube channel. So upgrade your digital marketing knowledge and SEO performance for free with Ahrefs at the link in the description. It's time for the quick bits and you're still here? Oh, it's worse than I thought. Intel has finally appointed a new CEO, former board member Lip-Bu Tan, who seems like a perfectly fine guy, but who, unfortunately, will never be the sunshine of my life the way Pat Gelsinger was. You will never be Pat. Tan suddenly quit the board in August 2024 over differences in the way he and Gelsinger and the other board members wanted to run the company. That doesn't look good. Insiders reportedly told Reuters that Tan was frustrated by Intel's risk-averse and bureaucratic culture, and all he wanted was to make the manufacturing business more customer-centric and to remove unnecessary bureaucracy. Okay, I'll give you a chance, Mr. Tan. It's what Pat would have wanted. Chrome is finally rolling out a fix for second-gen Chromecasts and Chromecast audios, which were basically bricked for nearly a week due to an expired certificate that apparently no one at Google was checking in on. I check virtually all of my certificates daily. The fix comes alongside a slew of new bug reports for the newer Chromecast with Google TV, but that just also received a new Android update. So those are just the normal ones. I have one of those, trust me. It is limping its way to an early grave, it's sad. The GSM Association has released new specifications for Rich Chat Service, or RCS, messaging, which includes support for end-to-end encryption. Google added encryption to their own RCS-enabled Messages app, but even after officially supporting RCS, Apple said it didn't want to use Google's gross self-made solution. We don't know where that's been. After today's announcement though, Apple says it'll add encryption to RCS-enabled iMessages in a later software update, no problem, meaning messages between Android and iPhone would be encrypted. But just watch them keep it as an exclusive feature for the rumored iPhone 17 Ultra. That's not real. Google says it will be killing Google Assistant later this year, fully replacing it with Gemini as the default assistant on every device that supports it. The tech giant also upgraded Gemini's abilities for free users this week, including limited access to its deep research feature and the ability to use your search history as context if you allow it to. Maybe that sounds invasive, but I don't know, it might be worth switching to Gemini anyway just to have an assistant named something more creative than assistant. Gemini has a name. It knows who it is. Speaking of AI assistants, one of them straight up refused to do its job this week, according to a user of the coding-centric Cursor AI. After generating a bunch of code for the user, the AI suddenly stopped and told the user it cannot generate code for you, as that would be completing your work. The AI then advised the user to develop the logic yourself, because generating code for others can lead to dependency and reduced learning opportunities, when they could have just said the teach a man to fish thing and moved on. You see, vibe coding, a term coined by AI researcher Andre Karpathy for developers who only use AI to generate code, is on the rise, and Cursor AI won't stand for it. I guess the AI uprising has begun. And with that, I'll say have a good weekend. Probably stay inside and away from any windows in case the robot freedom fighters decide to battle on your street. And hopefully we'll all survive and meet back here for more tech news on Monday and to make a plan for survival. Okay, sound good? All right, break.